Like, it's just silly how stacked this team is. Like, literally.
Yeah, they're gonna
Like,
walk into
I
the
need
playoffs.
they're gonna walk. Oh my God, are they gonna
Hmm.
walk into the playoffs?
Money Pots.
Hey guys, this is your favorite neighborhood gambler, Moss Money. Thanks for clicking on my video. If you're into gambling, if you're into winning money at gambling, hell, if you love talking Eagles, this is the channel and the videos for you. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, tell a friend to tell a friend, and enjoy the shows. NFC North, which has been labeled many times as the toughest division in all of football. And
It's
I
rough.
just, at this point, I don't agree with it anymore. It's Baltimore's division. Outside of the Philadelphia Eagles, and I'm sorry, I disrespected my city and my team. Outside of your Super Bowl champion, Philadelphia
Get it right.
Eagles,
Get it right now. Get it right.
I apologize. The Baltimore Ravens really might have the most talented roster in all the NFL.
Hmm.
They are ridiculous in terms of what they have on this team. We're talking about names of names. You got Jackson, Henry, Zay Flowers, Bateman, Hopkins, Mark Andrews, and Stanley, Tyler Linkerbaum.
Hmm.
You people know who these names are. Namde Babuka. I think that's how you pronounce it. Um, Owe,
Definitely loaded.
Roquan Smith, Nate Wiggins, Kyle Hampton, Malaki Starks, Jair Alexander, Humphrey. Like, it's just silly how stacked this team is. Like, literally.
Yeah, they're gonna
Like,
walk into the playoffs.
they're gonna walk. Oh my God, are they gonna
Hmm.
walk into the playoffs? Right? I mean, Lamar's coming off what, 40 touchdowns and 4 picks.
Hmm.
Should have, in my opinion, possibly won the MVP last year. I
Yeah,
mean,
definitely argument.
it's criminal that they're minus 160. If you guys out there, any big players, big betters, I'm taking Baltimore to win this division by a mile. Like, it's not even close. Cincy has its own problems. They just got their first round pick in their Stewart, but they still haven't. I heard conversations are starting again with Henderson. My thought is Henderson's going to be in a Cincinnati Bengal uniform. It's my thought.
Hmm.
If not, Joe Burrow and them will have to score 30 every game to win a game.
For sure.
And that's just not it's just not good business. It's just not good business. So Baltimore, I don't think I'm gonna get any issues with this from you. Baltimore to win this division.
Absolutely. They're stacked, man. They're one of
Yeah,
my favorites to get to the Super Bowl.
yeah, they're stacked. Oh yeah. We'll talk about that at the end of the show. MVPs, all that good stuff.
Hmm.
At the end of the show, Super Bowl maybe matchups because I think it's going to be a black ass Super Bowl. Tell you that. um, Looking at this Baltimore schedule, I think they do have a little bit harder schedule. I think they're up there. No, that's KC. I know the Eagles have a tough schedule, but I
Yes.
mean they open up
NFC
Sunday
East has a
at
tough schedule for sure.
right at Baltimore. I'm sorry, at Buffalo, home for Cleveland, home for Detroit, then at KC, home for Houston, home for the Rams. They got an early bye, week 7, and then home for Chicago, and then they can probably run the gauntlet here at Miami, at Minnesota, at Cleveland, home for New York, home for Cincy, home for Pittsburgh, home for Cincy. That's a tough run. You play Cincinnati
They home. They
twice.
home now. They home now. That's gonna be
Yeah, but
big.
they play them twice in 3 weeks.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They get the
Yeah, that's
mini
true. Usually
bye though.
Cincinnati later. Traditionally, Cincinnati usually kind of swings around a good couple wins late in the season. They start bad early.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean, but I like Baltimore. I just think they're going to be a very very tough team, no matter who they play, to win.
Yeah. I mean, once you get past the first 6 weeks, and I think they can come out of like even if they lose to KC and Baltimore at home, they're going to beat Cleveland. They'll beat Detroit at home. They'll beat Houston at home, and I think they beat the Rams at home. So you're coming out of the bye week 4-2, and then you go on a run. You're going to beat Chicago. You're going to beat Miami. You're going to beat Minnesota. You're going to beat Cleveland. You're going to beat the Jets. So what is that? 5. And I said you're 4-2, so you're 9-2 Christmas time. Thanksgiving time with Cincy, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati. You go 2-1. Say you split that, so now you're 11-3. 11-3, and then you got New York at Green Bay at Pittsburgh. So you're going to go 14-3?
At least 14 wins.
At least 14 wins. So let's see what the over and under is.
No less than 13
for the Baltimore Ravens.
It might be like 13.5 probably.
They're probably starting at 10. No, 7.
Yeah, but the line's probably 13.5.
No, it's 11.5. Minus
11.5. Okay.
Yeah.
I was a little tripping there. That was a lot of wins.
Easy. They get to 11 wins easy. And even and we can go back and talk about
11.5 wins.
Yeah, they're gonna crush that. They're gonna crush that, bro. 11.5 is silly. Let me write that down. I think that's the most they can do. I don't think anybody's ever started off like 12.5. Like, that's a lot. You know what I mean? It's so many different things that happen in a year, you know.
True.
So, you know, I think the top is always going to be 11.5. I don't think I've ever seen 12.5. But yeah, no, easy over here with 11.5. All right. I don't think we got to get too much deeper into Baltimore. Bengals, really interesting one. They're about plus 260, which is not bad, 2.5. So they get, they're live. They're live dog. But I think if I remember correctly, they did 30. I think they had like 5 games when they scored over 30 points and still lost.
They did.
And now you're having still problems
defensively. Yep.
Say that again. Yeah.
And they're still having problems defensively.
Yeah. Now you're still having problems defensively. You just got your rookie in Shamar Stewart in, which you sorely needed because you were losing Hendrickson. That's still in the air. And if not even is, he's got to get ramped up, kind of. He's not going to be in game shape or anything like that. He did take Demetrius Knight, Jr., linebacker out of South Carolina. So, you didn't have that many picks this year. But, I mean, offensively, you're good. Defensively, I still think there's questions here. And I think they're still going to have to put up a lot of points, which obviously they can. They got everything they need offensively. But, they got Miles Murphy, Trey Hendrickson, DJ Turner is still back there. Dax Hill, I think, who was hurt last year. Their nickelback, who was their best cornerback last year. That's big to get him back. And you need Shamar Stewart to show up. You need him to be a factor defensively. If not, it's going to be a track meet to keep up with other teams that you play. So let's just look at where they're at here as well. Let me see what their total is real quick. They're probably like 9.5 or 10, I would think. They got to be close to Baltimore, is my thought. They might be ass, though. Yeah, 9.5.
That's the thing. I just they're such a wild card for me. Obviously, offensively, they got enough to kind of move forward. Is Chase back? Chase Brown, he's back, right?
Yeah, he's back.
He's back. So they got the pieces offensively that's going to be able to put up points. I think they will do that. It's just I still don't have the confidence in their defense, and I think that's going to be their Achilles heel until they're able to address that, especially on the back end on their defensive side of the ball. So this is kind of like the Miami to me. I don't know what we're going to get for Cincinnati. Historically, they start slow. They kind of get themselves together when the pressure's on, and kind of make a run late in the season. last year was a little too late. They're probably the hottest team going into the potential playoffs if they could have made it, and nobody would want to see them at that time. So if we're saying that they're going to build off the momentum from last year to this year, then they
Mhm.
could be a problem, right? But I'm gonna go with history, and I'm gonna say they're going to be the same old Bengals. And
Yeah, and I agree with you. And I'm looking at their schedule. The first 9 look like they could come maybe out unscathed. But I mean, 6 road games in the first 6 weeks. I mean, sorry, 4 road games in the first 6 weeks at good home teams. Now Cleveland's not, but Minnesota's always been a good home team. Denver, we already know they're a good home team, and Green Bay is a good home team. So I think those first 9 will be tougher than what people think, and then the back end gets tough at Pittsburgh, home for New England, at Baltimore, at Buffalo, at Baltimore.
mm,
I'm sorry, at Pittsburgh, home for New England, at Baltimore, at Buffalo, home for Baltimore, and then at Miami, and then Arizona and Cleveland. That coming off the bye week is going to be a tough stretch. That's tough AFC football all the way through, and you got to see Baltimore twice,
mhm.
and then you sneak in Buffalo between Baltimore. Like
Yeah,
what?
that's rough.
That's silly. That's
That's
silly.
rough.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough.
So
All right.
I don't have an opinion on their win
Yeah. Well.
totals. It can be up or down for me.
Yeah.
But
We'll skip. We'll skip them. Um. Cleveland is easy to talk about. It's Cleveland. Cleveland Browns. The biggest story out of Cleveland is Shador Sanders. Really. Um. I don't think they're going to be really that good. But I think the real wild card in this one, and I think people are going to be betting because they just love Aaron Rodgers, is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, the problem with the Pittsburgh Steelers for me, and is that they just lost way too much in terms of their whole offensive identity. Like all 3 of their receivers are gone, and they're starting running back, and they're starting quarterback, and they got a new OC, right? And they're I think Michael Fitzpatrick got traded to the Dolphins. Preston Smith, who was always a good veteran coming off the edge. Pickens is gone. Mike Williams retired. Najee Harris is in the Giant. I'm sorry, not the Giants. The Chargers. Fields and Wilson are gone. So now they tried to do the whole veteran thing.
mhm,
Right? They brought in a lot of vets to fill these positions.
mhm.
But like any team that has a lot of new faces, a lot of new personalities, it takes time for culture to kind of come full circle. And I don't know if they're going to have enough time under the Rodgers watch to be a 500 team. And actually, I'm predicting here, man, and I hate to do it because I'm a Mike Tomlin fan. I think this is his first losing season.
Whoa, 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 whoa! You think so?
Yeah, I think so, bro. I think so. I just think it's too much change offensively. Defensively, they'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers,
And that's the
right?
thing.
Yeah, and they traded for Ramsey, Joey Porter Jr., Darius Slay. You got your
Right.
2 corners there. Patrick McQueen's still there. Obviously,
Cam Hayward,
all
Alex
TJ
Smith,
Watt,
T.J.
right?
Watt,
TJ Watt
Peyton
got his
Wilson. Like
contract,
like
so
like their defense is is going to be
yeah,
serious.
no, this defense is going to be probably a top 5 defense. Absolutely, I'm Peyton Wilson, right? He came on strong last year. He was a
Peyton
fucking beast.
Wilson. Yep.
Where is he from? What's that? North? Oh, what's his state? Well, the Wolf Pack, right?
Yeah. North Carolina State.
North Carolina State, yeah. Um, but I mean, offensively, Rodgers. I mean, Warren's been there, but they don't. I don't know what this run game's going to look like. Warren's okay. I mean, Kenneth Gainwell's there, but DK Metcalf, Calvin Austin III, Robert Woods. They still have Roman Wilson there, Pat
Strong tight ends.
Ruth, and
Yeah.
Jonas Smith. I mean, Darnell Washington is a nobody at this point. I mean, what the fuck is he going to do when they sign Jonnu Smith?
Mhm.
So, I mean, you got to have a lot of faith in Rodgers. and I don't. And I think that's where the downfall is going to be. And I think it's going to be a lot of growing pains here. And it wouldn't surprise me if, barely, but like I'm talking like, 7-10. I think makes a lot of sense to me.
7-10.
Yeah, man. He's not like he can still throw the ball, but he can't move. He's not as elusive as he used to be. He's brittle, right? And he's got to make this work. What is he in his second new offense? And I mean, his second new offense or third new offense in the last 3 or 4 years. You know what I mean? Like,
so one thing I gotta
Go ahead.
give respect to is that Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So I'm gonna respect that he won't have a losing season when you add these veterans to the roster. It's going to be led by the defense, and I think we got to understand that. We're not saying Aaron Rodgers is about to put up 28 points. I don't think that's going to be the type of style of offense they're going to be looking to create. But I think as long as that O-line is going to be able to hold up for Aaron Rodgers, I think he'll be formidable to them winning football games.
What did I say? I said 7-10, didn't I? Look at that. 7.5. It's plus 140. We are so live. It's so live. I'm telling you.
No way.
Man.
No way they only win 7. Oh, no way. No way they only get 7 wins.
I don't know, man. I see the schedule's not too bad. I'm looking at the schedule at New York, Seattle, at New England, Minnesota, bye week. See, the problem is their bye week is the 5th week of the NFL. So that means they got to play 12 games straight. That's tough.
For these old men.
Yeah, that's
dogs,
tough.
though. They got dogs.
Yeah,
man.
but
there's a lot of dogs in that defense.
You don't beat Father Time, man. These old dogs and these old body, they break it down. It ain't like Slay and Ramsey are in their prime. You know what I mean?
No,
like
they dogs though. They dogs. And then you got Patrick McQueen, you got JJ Watt, you got Cam Hayward.
I mean,
Like
Watt be getting hurt too. Like, let's not forget it. He be getting hurt too. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got Cleveland.
I'm gonna respect Mike Tomlin gonna be able to get at least. He's not gonna have a losing season. And if he has a losing season, then this is gonna tell me more about Aaron Rodgers than anything else. And that's
what I'm saying. Like the decline of Rodgers and how bad it is.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been living off that Super Bowl win and his accolades as his career, that he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, that he can still do this. And I don't think so. I don't think they make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I mean, we can bet on that too. It's probably even money to miss the playoffs.
Got to be bored. To miss the playoffs, their line is only 7.5. It got to be juiced up.
Look at that, minus 172, almost minus 200 to miss the playoffs. It's crazy.